Hello and welcome to this edition of US 101's Visual Radio. Bringing you the news, I'm Hashni Pathirana, and let's start off with a look at your headlines.
News First headline.
Minister Dr. Wijeyadasa Rajapakshe to contest the 2024 presidential election. Sarath Fonseca also to contest presidential election. NAC slated to meet today, election day to be announced. In your international headlines, Australia finds shipwreck 55 years after deadly disaster. And in your sports, US Olympic hosting rights at risk as WADA takes action. And in your top local stories, Justice Minister Dr. Wijeyadasa Rajapakshe announced that he will contest the 2024 presidential election. He made this statement during a special media briefing called today.
A country rooted in Buddhism where peace thrives, where the environment flourishes. This is the new vision we can create together. I am ready to lay the foundation for that future. The 2024 election is a turning point. Your vote will determine the course of our nation's development. I am announcing my candidacy for president, committed to leading us towards a brighter future. Those who share my vision will join me, while those who prioritize self-interest will be left behind.
කැමැති දේශපාලන ක්‍රියාකාරීන් සහ නායකයින් මට සහාය දේවි. එහෙම බලාපොරොත්තුවක් නැති ආත්මාර්ථකාමී දේශපාලඥයන් ඒගොල්ලන්ට කැමැති දේශපාලන තීන්දුව ගනී.
Now in more local stories, Field Marshal Sarath Fonseca has announced he will contest the 2024 presidential election. In a post on X, he said that for 76 years he had been led by an inept political group that has led the country to bankruptcy. He also emphasized on a corruption-free country, adding, quote-unquote, for Sri Lanka to grow, we need to #crush corruption. He emphasized on the need to leverage natural resources to boost income generation and invited every Sri Lankan to join him to take Sri Lanka forward. He added, and I quote, "This is my formal and official announcement as the presidential candidate of Sri Lanka for the 2024 presidential election. I invite every Sri Lankan to join me to take Sri Lanka forward." In more local stories, MP Attorney Chandima Virakodi said the chairman of the National Election Commission informed him that the Gazette notification on the announcement of the presidential election will be issued tomorrow. The MP made this statement during his visit to the Election Commission. MP Chandima Virakodi said an election is likely to take place either on the 14th, 21st or the 28th of September. With political attention shifting towards the impending announcement of a presidential election, the Election Commission has convened today to discuss the matter extensively. Today's meeting will focus on the announcement of the presidential election, with a decision expected to be reached at length. Chairman of the Election Commission, R.M.L. Ratnayaka, said nearly 30 events organized to disrupt the election process have been stopped by the Election Commission following complaints that were received. He added that activities including appointments and distribution of relief to the public with political interference have been stopped. He stressed that necessary teams of officials will be appointed to overlook the process following the announcement of the presidential election.
International news.
Now taking a look at your international news for this hour. 55 years after it sank, killing 21 men, Australia has found the shipwreck of the MV Nonya. The 71-meter freighter was carrying steel off the coast of New South Wales when it ran into stormy weather in 1969, sparking one of the biggest maritime searches in Australian history. 5 of the 26 crewmen were plugged from the water in the hours after the vessel sank, but only one body was ever recovered from those lost at sea. The location of the wreck has now been confirmed by Australia's Science Agency using high-resolution seafloor mapping and video footage.
Sports news.
And finally, taking a look at your sports news for this hour, the World Anti-Doping Agency says the United States Anti-Doping Agency will face a compliance review which could jeopardize the country hosting the 2028 and 2034 Olympics. WADA told foreign media it was taking action against USADA over a dispute around a case involving 23 Chinese swimmers who tested positive for a banned substance in 2021. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Yes 101's Visual Radio. I'm Hashini Pathirana. Thank you for watching.